Trojan football. On your new home for Trojan athletics, Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, Girard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Mini Stop, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living. Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to beautiful Frontenac, Kansas for tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. It's been a misty, kind of wet, damp day all day today in southeast Kansas, but it's starting to warm up a little bit, and it's going to turn into a pretty classic night for some high school football. Tonight, the Trojans on the road to take on the host Frontenac Raiders. The Trojans come into the ball game at 4-5, 2-4 in the CNC. They are 2-1 in district play. Frontenac comes in riding high at 6-3. They're 4-3 in the CNC, 3-0 in districts. They're coming off of a big win a couple of weeks ago against Columbus, 20-8, and then of course last week a big win over Baxter Springs to set them up with that 3-0 record in district that allows them to host this regional playoff game. And we'll take a look at a lot of the aspects, the finer points of tonight's game as we move on through the pregame show. Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. They've been serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Go Trojans! Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And as we start up the pregame show, let me bring in my partner here, Zach Adams. And Zach, these are a couple of teams that have met once already in the season early on. The Trojans came up short in that matchup against Frontenac, but kind of a different team for the Trojans now than it was in the first or second week of the season.
Yeah, talking to Coach Philpott, he really feels like his guys have meshed and they're picking up what he's putting down in the offensive side of the football. They're kind of starting to figure it out, and this is a team we've seen grow a lot throughout this season. And, looking back, kind of a crazy night that night all the way down to losing the lights, but talking to some of these Trojan players, they felt like that they were in that game all the way to the end of it, they feel like they can win this game.
Yeah, the Trojans really, like you said, have improved all season long. They had a little slip up against Burlington, but I think that's just more coming up against a very talented player in Jeffers, their quarterback, who just kind of ran all over Girard, but have had some steady improvement throughout the season. Frontenac, a team, on the other hand, that's been pretty consistent all year long. They've got, like I mentioned, that big win over Columbus, but they also have several other impressive wins on their record so far, including one over the Trojans early in the season. And you got to think for Coach Smith here and the Frontenac Raiders, they just want to keep the ball rolling and just keep more of the same.
Yeah, you said it. These guys are rolling. Big win after big win. They've been gelling. They've been getting better, too. High school football, everybody feels like they get better throughout the year. And Frontenac has definitely proved that they can hang with the big dogs.
All right, well, we're going to step away for our first break of tonight's pregame show. When we come back, we'll have Coach Smith's interview from Frontenac High School, as they were able to sit down with him earlier on in the week. I want to remind you that tonight's presenting sponsor is Crocan Telephone. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit, get gigabit. The fastest internet in Southeast Kansas was Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll step away for a minute, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crocan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crocan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in Southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. We're about 26 minutes from kickoff to tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II regional matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. Earlier this week, our staff had a chance to sit down with Frontenac head coach Mark Smith, and here's a look at that interview.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. Getting ready for the Trojans and the Raiders here in the 4A Division II playoffs. Earlier this week, Mike Snow and Chet Coupland got a chance to catch up and talk with the head football coach of the Frontenac Raiders, Mark Smith, and thought that right now sitting at 6-3, feel pretty good about his team.
We started the season 1-2 and really struggling on offense, turning the ball over way too much. Our defense has really picked it up, kind of been the backbone of our team all year. Our D-line's been our strength. And our offense has kept getting better and better. Jake Wilbert's really had a tremendous month of October running the ball. Peyton's really starting to take care of the ball a little better at quarterback. He's being more accurate and just being smart with the ball. He's making the right reads. But it just all starts with our defense. We're getting good field position. We're getting some turnovers and giving our offense some chances to be successful.
Well, this was a game a year ago, in fact, that Girard was in against Columbus that nobody saw that upset happening. How do you keep the kids in line and basically tell them, hey, I know we're not the same team that we were a couple months ago to start out the year, but neither is Girard back on, 33-6 win back on September 1st. A lot can happen in a couple months of football.
Oh, definitely, especially with a new coach, with Coach Philpott. That's their first game with him, so they were feeling him out. He was feeling the kids out. So they were a completely different team. They're playing pretty well on both sides of the ball right now. Quarterback and running back are running the ball very well. So they're a completely different team. Like I said on last Friday after the Baxter game, I said they're a much improved team, guys, but I think we are too. But we just got to have that mentality to be the underdog and keep working hard and just play harder than they do next Friday.
We're talking with Mark Smith, the head coach of the Frontenac Raiders, and you claimed that district titles with wins over Parsons and Baxter, and then you're able to knock off Columbus in Week 8, which essentially has been the district title game for the last several years, ever since it went to 4A-II. The winner of Columbus Frontenac game has moved on as the district champ. How much momentum did that give your program? Because heading into that game, Coach, you were just 3-3 with probably some question marks, not only to the public and the people that cover it, but also internally. And then it all came together that night. How much confidence did that kind of change the season around for you?
Oh, I think our kids really, we've had an up and down year, like you said. We've had struggles, just as team unity, chemistry, just some inexperienced kids getting their first years as a varsity player. So, but we got some momentum. We played really good, I thought, for a half against Lebec County. I thought we played a really strong game on all phases against Parsons. And then leading up to Columbus, we were the big underdog. Not many people gave us a chance, but we played a complete game on both sides of the ball, and really kind of shocked everybody. And our kids are playing with tremendous confidence right now. And I was worried about a little layoff last week. Just already wrapped up the district title, but our kids played extremely hard and very competitive again against Baxter. So it was great to see.
Coach, are you pretty healthy?
We're a little banged up right now. I'm sure everybody is at this point, but like I'm going to tell the kids today, we're just going to have some guys step up. Seniors are going to have to just do a little more than they have in the first 8-9 weeks, and just it doesn't matter what happens. You just got to win in advance, and whatever it takes, that's got to be our mentality.
Head coach of the Frontenac Raiders, Mark Smith, talking earlier this week with Mike Snow and Chet Coupland on the Locals show as we get ready for kickoff in this 4A Division II playoff game from Frontenac, the Trojans, and the Raiders coming up in just a little bit. Still plenty more to come your way. Got your keys to the game, starting lineups, and opening kickoff from Frontenac, the Trojans, and the Raiders. Next, right here on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Side of tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff game between the Frontenac Raiders and the Girard Trojans. Let's take a quick look at some of our matchups going on around the area tonight. There's a nice slide we got up. A look at tonight's matchups is brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timken bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. Now looking in Class 5A, Pittsburgh High playing host to Casey Turner. And on my way to the game tonight, Zach, I ran into the Pittsburgh High motorcade blocking all the traffic going down Broadway. It seemed like the better part of law enforcement in the city of Pittsburgh was participating in that. But a great honor for those kids and a big game tonight there at Hutch Field. Here in Class 4A Division I, Paola and Lebec County, both of those teams pretty strong on this side of the state, and that's going to be a good matchup there down in Altamont tonight as they're hosting Paola. Long drive for those kids from up in northeast Kansas. Chanute also at Fort Scott tonight. Fort Scott, as you know, kind of a surprising team in that region, and so that'll be a good matchup tonight, kind of a grudge match against those two SEK schools. No love lost there. And in Class 3A, they played some by-district games on Tuesday. Galena topped Neodesha 66-14. Waynesville to beat Humboldt 48-0. So Humboldt getting shut out, and their season comes to an end. Saturday, tomorrow, we've got Galena at Wellsville, and that'll be a good game as well. Galena undefeated on the year, pretty much the CNC League powerhouse as they had their way with Columbus, beat Frontenac, beat Colgan. So really kind of took out the powerhouse teams of the area, and now they're moving on in that Class 3A playoff. So that'll be an interesting game to keep an eye on as well tomorrow.
Especially only after a handful of days of rest there, going from a Tuesday to a Saturday game. It's kind of interesting.
Real quick turnaround for high school. So and to go on the road as well. So a challenge for the Galena Bulldogs for certain. And then here in Class 4A Division II, of course, Girard getting ready to take on Frontenac. It's the game you're watching right now. And then Columbus on the road at Burlington. And Columbus is one of those teams kind of hit or miss. You know, they're hot and cold. One week they look great. The next week they look like they, they never played football before. And so it's interesting to see how they'll take on Burlington tonight because Burlington really kind of had their way with Girard, and that quarterback just ran all over us.
Yeah, if they don't shut him down, they could have a tough night. And like you said, it's going to seem like they maybe struggle a little bit once they kind of start to get into the playoff situation. Start out hot and just rolling everybody, and then kind of maybe cool down a little bit as it kind of progress or have some troubles.
Okay, and in 8-man Class 1, St. Paul is at Central Burden tonight. And St. Paul coming in with that 8-1 record, Central Burden 5-4, and St. Paul's only loss of the year is to West Elk, and they are still undefeated on the season at 9-0. So that's a look at your local matchups around the area. So some good games going on tonight across the state of Kansas. We'll keep an eye on as many of those scores for you as we can throughout the game. But we're going to take a break for just a moment. In 1 minute, we'll be back with our coach's interview with Coach Philpott, sitting down with our crew to talk about tonight's matchup. So stay tuned for that. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you, getting ready to talk to head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. His interviews is always brought to you by Brumback Service Center. Coach, coming off a really good win against Iola last Thursday night, I guess. Opportunity to get that win and get into the playoffs. Just talk about that game and really what kind of separated you guys from the Mustangs, get kind of a lopsided victory in the end, and what you guys did good to get that win.
Yeah, we played, we played pretty well. And at times we, defensively, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. We didn't give up a big play, which has been something that's haunted us all year. Made them work for it. And in the end, they were able to kind of get them in some bad positions where they couldn't keep converting drives and moving the ball. So that's a benefit. That's a good thing. I thought we did well. Offensively, we struggled through a little bit, but we were able to, second half, kind of put some drives together, put some plays there, and put some points on the board. So a couple of those things right there, kind of fighting through adversity has been something early in the year has been a problem for us, and I think we're kind of making some turns in that direction.
Yeah, you talk about overall progress, and you got to be pleased the way your kids have responded this season and had a real kind of a rough stretch there for a little while, but able to turn things around and continue to improve. And that's really the name of the game. And you got to be pleased with the way they've improved, and they got to be playing some of their best football right now.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, and I think this is kind of it's an ironic matchup that we get to play. Right now we get to play the team that we played first to kind of see where we're at and see where our improvements are, and probably could be a better situation as far as measuring that goes. But definitely the last few weeks we've played better. We played bad at times and gave up big plays against Burlington, but started doing some things on offense there, and kind of been just playing better the last 3 or 4 weeks, and that's something that hopefully we can get some momentum off that and roll it into playoffs here.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence, and I think it kind of the light switch kind of started to come on as you've used a few times in that Colgan game. But Kyler Sievert's really, I think, improved himself. And how crucial is it for him to play well for your team? It just seems whenever he's been playing well, you guys perform well.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that touches the ball almost every snap on offense as a quarterback, he's got to have a decent game, and he has played better the last few weeks. He's thrown the ball a lot better, but those guys on the other end of it have caught the ball a lot better. So it takes both of us, both sides of that to work, and didn't throw it a ton last week, but we were efficient when we did. Those are things that we've got to be able to do and to extend some drives, and just got to keep getting better and keep playing the way we were playing a little bit there. And but he's ran the ball hard. Cam McFarland's ran the ball. Creed Turner's been in there. We've had some guys get the ball around. Josiah Thomason's come on here a little bit, so we've had some guys kind of step up and start making some plays, and hopefully we can all roll it in together on the same page and be productive.
All these guys were a part of that team a year ago that got into the playoffs and had a really big upset victory in the first round. A game they got to host. They weren't on the road, but still they got a big win and they were a part of that team. Most of these guys were factors on that team a year ago. Did you guys talk about that at all? Did they mention that at all about how once you get in the playoffs anything can happen?
Yeah, we brought it up in a couple different ways, and we've kind of said that all year that you guys know how that works a little bit. At least the last 3 weeks, hey, just get in the playoffs, see what happens, and that's definitely been addressed. And I also said, hey, look, you guys pulled this off. You're not going to sneak on anybody this year. They're going to be ready for it, and so we've got to be able to come out here and play our best ball at this time of year.
Yeah, you brought it up a little bit earlier that you're playing in Week 10, the same team you played in Week 1. What are some of the benefits and maybe some of the challenges of that familiarity? And then obviously, what does Frontenac bring to the table? It's going to be a challenge for you.
Well, a benefit of it is you kind of know where you stood the first time and where you went wrong a little bit. The bad thing is, you got to be able to fight off any, bad vibes, of how we got beat. But I think we left that game feeling like, score didn't indicate necessarily what the score was. Right. We kind of got worn down, all that. But, they're a different team. than they were 9 weeks ago, and we're a different team than we were 9 weeks ago. So offenses have both evolved a little bit, more formations and some motions and things like that. Defensively, both of us have put in at least a couple of different packages as far as fronts go. And you can see that we're week one, it was a lot of your base stuff and what you base out of. And somewhat maybe it's hard to prepare for it because it's week one, but you kind of know what you're going to get. Now it could be a little bit of everything.
All right, Coach. It's an exciting time. Playoff football always is, and you guys get to take on the Raiders once again and avenge that week one loss. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Head football coach of the Girard Trojans joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We're going to step away.
Girard Sports Live.
And welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. We're checking in real quick, about 8 minutes from kickoff of tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup. Tonight's coaches' interviews are brought to you by Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Coach has been getting the team tuned up, so why not get your car tuned up at Brumback Auto Service Center, offering oil changes, new tires, alignments, muffler repair, and even country clipper mowers. Stop by and see the crew at Brumback Service Center or call 620-724-6770. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with our starting lineups and keys to the game. You're watching the Girard National Bank pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back out to the Raider Sports Complex, Frontenac, Kansas, for tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II playoff matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders, just finishing up the national anthem. Now let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Pearls and Curls Boutique. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique. A great new shabby chic boutique located next door to Sheer Expressions on the south side of the square in Girard. See all the new arrivals at facebook.com/Pearls and Curls. All right, so first off for the Girard Trojans tonight, starting with the skill positions, they'll be led at the quarterback spot by senior Kyler Siebert, 6 foot 184. At the running back position, 5'9", senior Camden McFarland. Wide receivers will be junior Gage Shirtano, 5'10", 140, and junior Creek Curran, 5'11", 157. And up front along the line, starting at the tight end positions, Matt Sabine will be 6'2", 179, and Will Rasnick, 6'5", 187, are the tight ends. At the tackle positions, Carter Doherty, 6'4", 235, junior, and Chandler Humble, 6'1", 196, junior. At the guards, we got Cole Cuthbertson, 5'10", 199, and Chase Bryant, 6'3", 260. And at the center, given the snaps, Wade Boatman, 5'11", 251. So that's the starting lineups for the Girard Trojans. Now for the home Frontenac Raiders. They're led at quarterback by senior Peyton Brown, 5'11", 165. The running back is senior Jake Wilbert, 6', 180. At wide receiver, Brendan Ishmu, 5'11", 165. At tight end, Brock Ginnivan, 6'4", 220. And at the other running back spot, Cooper Loy, the senior, 5'8", 170. Up front along the line for the Raiders is senior Zach Rosenbaugh. He's 6'3", 185. Trey Harris, who is a senior at 6', 195. Jordan Ishmura, 5'11", 170. Dylan Toll, the senior, 5'8", 200. Nathan Kaufman, 5'9", 210-pound senior. Carl Strand, 6'1", 205-pound senior. So big and experienced up front for the Frontenac Raiders, and that's the type of experience that's led them to success so far this year. And let's take a look tonight at our keys to the game. Zach, our keys to the game for tonight for the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders.
Yeah, I'm looking tonight for the keys of this game is they need to play some mistake-free football on offense. They got to keep possession of the ball, not turn over. On the defensive side, they got to limit the big plays. That's kind of hit them hard in a couple of their losses this year, especially against Burlington. And then Frontenac, if they had a problem, it's with putting the ball on the ground. Some turnover problems this year. So if that happens, they got to capitalize on that and turn those into points.
All right, tonight's Keys to the Game are brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. With more than 40 fields of study, there's something for everyone at Fort Scott Community College. Students can take general education courses or complete an associate's degree or certificate. Visit fortscott.edu or call 620-223-2700 for more information. I believe Frontenac won the toss and has elected to defer to the second half, so Girard will have the ball to start things here tonight. Still about a minute and a half left until kickoff. And we'll do our best to keep an eye on these scores from around the area for you tonight. They'll be, they kind of come in fits and starts as we get them, but some good matchups going on tonight in pretty much every class across southeast Kansas. So we'll keep an eye on those for you as well. Girard, of course, lost to Frontenac earlier this season. Early on in the season, I believe it was 33-6. Something like that early in the season. Now I just lost it. I had it right here in front of me. They both have a common opponent, and that's Columbus. And as we said earlier, Frontenac came up with what was kind of, to many, a surprise win, that 28 victory over Columbus. And then Girard got handled a couple of weeks earlier by Columbus, 54-7. So those numbers not in the Trojans' favor tonight, but that's why they play the game. And these are high school kids, and a lot of things come into play that we may not realize up here. It's not just a statistical matchup. So getting ready for tonight's kickoff as they line it up. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Loritz Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Loritz Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Loritz Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. So Trojans with the short run back. They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 20 as Seifert heads out to the huddle with the play. And we're ready to get things rolling here tonight in Frontenac, Kansas. Seifert empty backfield, 4 wide receivers in this set. Frontenac coming out in a 4-4 defense. Seifert to throw over the top, down the field, and broken up at the last minute. A great defensive play that time by Brendan Ishmura. He's 5'11", 165 out there at his cornerback spot and really kind of got high point on that ball and knocked it away at the last moment.
Boy, you talk about coming out aggressive. This is a Girard team that they've run the ball and thrown kind of when they needed to in key positions. Come out taking a shot early.
Well, they're not going to leave any bullets in the gun tonight, I don't think. Now single back in the backfield behind Seifert. That's Camden McFarland. He'll get the handoff, hit in the backfield, and brought down for a loss on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, you know they're going to be keying on McFarland. He's carried a big load of the offense all year. Between him and Siebert, and you got to know that those guys are going to be a focus on this Frontenac defense.
And the Trojans kind of run that read option, but Frontenac's the second time they've seen it now, and they've seen it a lot on tape here, getting ready for this game. Now the Trojans got Siebert back in the shotgun. McFarland back there with him. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Siebert will roll near side, and he's plowed in the backfield. Ball comes loose. Trojans able to get on top of it, but
they caught a break. That could have been a whole lot worse there, just than losing a handful of yards. But, it makes you wonder, are they going to bring in maybe Thomason and Curran like they have and run some of those kind of outside sweeps and kind of get the ball at the outside if they can't get anything going up the middle.
And that's the danger of passing. On first down, you put yourself in that long yardage situation. There they are, 3rd and 11. Yeah. Only one option is to throw the football. Frontenac knows that as well. So,
yeah, me and BJ have been talking about that one all season long. He does not love that first down pass.
Nope, low snap. Able to get the punt away. It's decent. It's going to take a Frontenac bounce at the 35 and be down by the Trojans at the 31-yard line. So fantastic field position for the Frontenac Raiders as they bring their offense out on the field here. Only needing to go 31 yards to be the first one to light the lamp tonight.
So here we go. We got the pressure on the Girard defense early. Last game they really stepped up and kind of did their job and held strong. Kind of gave up some long drives. They had that one drive when it was like about 9 minutes in the last game and
turned it over on down.
Turned it over and resulted in 0 points. So let's see if they can step up early here.
Brown up under center. Oh no, I'm sorry. He's back in the shotgun. Got 3 wide receivers near side, and he's back to pass, getting a little bit of pressure over the top. That ball tipped at the last moment. Man, that was close to being a big play for the Raiders. Luckily, at the last moment, Creed Curran able to get his hand in there and knock that one away.
Yeah, great defensive play. That was an easy touchdown. Got the hand on the ball and knocked it away from him.
But still almost able to make an adjustment on that ball was Brendan Ishimura. I'm going to have trouble with that one all night.
Yeah.
But good defense that time by Curran. Now Frontenac coming out. They've got a little bunch formation to the near side, single back in the backfield. And it's going to go handoff right up the middle, running hard that time. I didn't catch the number, but I think it was
I think that was
Wilbert.
Austin No.
Austin No.
Austin No took the brunt of that run. It was definitely Wilbert.
Yeah. Wilbert comes into this one 6 foot 180, pretty good size for a high school running back, and just plowed ahead for a gain of about 6 right there. And really, he's lined up so deep in that backfield, he can really get up ahead of steam by the time he hits the line.
Yeah.
Now Brown will try to get it outside that time. Nothing doing for Wilbert as Trojans kind of make him go horizontal and able to bottle that one up on the outside. Will bring up a 4th down decision time for the Raiders. You got to think this is 4-down territory. It's a really long field goal and a ridiculous punt, so you pretty much go for it right here.
I think so, and you got a running back that's been getting it done all season long. I think that probably just run right at him and see what happens. But my crystal ball has not proven very good all year long, so we'll see.
Mine's notoriously broken. Very cloudy. All right, Brown under center, one back in the backfield. They got the bunch formation to the far side this time. Oh, fakes the toss. Now he's looking near side. It's covered up. Now he's scrambling. He's going to have to just throw this one away. No, completes it. Down to Brock Ginnivan. He was double covered and somehow managed to work his way open over there on the near side. As Ginnivan, he was open, then he was covered, and then he came open again, and patience and a lack of pressure able to get that ball to him.
It kind of looked like maybe Brown thought he was covered pretty well, but if he could throw it a little bit short, maybe let him come run back to it. Or maybe they just got lucky.
Yeah, kind of defenders lost track of where the quarterback was, where their man was. Just it looked like good coverage, and then it was all of a sudden busted. Now 2 wide receivers to the far side. Handoff going to go to Wilbert coming near side as he runs into a pack of Trojans and still falls forward for an extra 3 yards there, down to about the Girard 5-yard line. They're going to mark him. That's a very conservative spot to mark him there at the 12. Bring up a 2nd down and 3, though, as Frontenac getting really good production out of their running game here on this early drive. The pass hasn't really been there so much, but those straight ahead off tackle runs have been pretty effective.
they proceeded from the film that Girard struggled a little bit to kind of cover those inside runs, and a lot of times those guys will make to the backer, or the safety even got to come up and make those tackles.
Now a direct snap that time is Wilbert coming around the end, but the Trojans disciplined on defense out there on the corner, able to gobble that one up.
Yeah, nice form on that tackle by number 3, McReynolds. He come around there and just gobbled him up. He wasn't going anywhere after that.
And that was kind of a little trickeration there by the Raiders, going direct snap to Wilbert as he came around on the end around. And I thought something was afoot because they had Gage Clothier in the backfield as a running back, and he hadn't seen the action tonight so far. So a little trickery doesn't work there. And the Frontenac now in a 3rd and long, looking at 3rd and 8 at about the Trojan 12-yard line.
Of course, 4-down territory, you probably don't necessarily have to pick it up all here. You kind of think of it as cutting it in 2 chunks if need to.
Clothier in at fullback now. Back to pass, rolling near side, being pursued. He's going to tuck it under, and he's going to get the touchdown. Nice heads-up play by Peyton Brown to see that there was nothing there, and he used his ability as a passer to kind of create some lanes and able to shoot through that first line of defense there and get to the end zone. So 7:23 to play here, first quarter. The Raiders go up on top, 6-0, pending this extra point.
I might have to go back to the tape there. It looked like that last block he got, that could have gone either way on a hold, but...
Well, I think it was BJ will tell you holding happens on every play.
Yeah.
And the kick is up and good, so Frontenac stakes themselves to a 7-0 lead here with under 8 minutes left to play. First quarter, we'll step away for 1 minute, and we'll be back. You're listening to, or you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics.
This is Trojan football.
And welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. The Raiders capped off a 31-yard drive with a 12-yard touchdown run by quarterback Peyton Brown to take a 7-0 lead here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup. Kickoff goes into the end zone. Trojans will take the touchback. Started out at their own 20. So Girard not real productive on that first drive, but they came out aggressive throwing the ball. We'll see if they can maybe get a little bit more of a balanced attack this time, Zach.
Yeah, I think that I like the strategy of not throwing it on first down here. I think we try to run the ball, maybe establish a little bit of a running game. Maybe we can open something up in the passing when they need it.
Yeah, got to think if you're Coach Smith for the Raiders, though, you pretty much know Girard's going to try and line it up and run at you right here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do. Siebert under center. Turns and hands to McFarland. He fights ahead, maybe gained about a yard there, and that was pure effort as he just kept those feet chopping. And
yeah, we've seen that out of Camden all year this year. Something that looks like maybe a 1 yard loss or no gain, he turned it into 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4, and every once in a while break one.
And that's those type of runs, that if you stay disciplined with it and you stay after it, they get you 2 yards in the first quarter and it turns into 8, 9 yards in the fourth quarter. Teams just get tired of trying to stop it. Now, pretty full house backfield back there for Girard. As Siebert in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself this time off the edge. Takes a big hit on the outside at about the 25-yard line. And that's where he'll be brought down. It'll set up a 3rd and manageable for the Trojans at their own. They're going to mark it at the, you call it the 26.
Yeah, Wilbert's been pretty physical all year long, and didn't expect anything else out of it tonight either.
No,
comes in there to make a first big play on defense there.
Yeah, as soon as he saw that Siebert was keeping that, he just came flying up from a safety spot. But you see him working that shoulder a little bit. There are 2 ends to every collision. Shotgun now with Siebert. Sends a man in motion near side. Now looking to pass. Lots of pressure quick. He's going to tuck it down. And that first pressure comes, and quarterbacks, they just immediately start running for their lives. Yeah. They're not looking downfield anymore, and what maybe would come open, they don't see it because they've become a runner at that point. Yeah. So Frontenac getting that quick pressure right up the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure who got beat. It's like they stepped out of the way on that one. Nobody even slowed down.
Yeah, it's like the defender got there about the same time the ball did. So not a lot of options there for Siebert. And Trojans forced to punt this one away. High snap. And they get it away against the pressure. End-over-end kick. And that's going to take a Frontenac bounce and be down at the Girard 38-yard line. So once again, the Raiders start out in positive territory at the Girard 38. And if you're the Raiders, you couldn't hope for a much better start to the game than they've gotten right here.
Yeah, if Trojans are gonna stay in this thing, they're definitely gonna have to work hard to just reverse this field position a little bit.
It all starts right here. They need a defensive stop. If the way Frontenac's been moving the ball, Girard needs to assert themselves a little bit on defense, try and get some of that big mo back. Now the shotgun, they're going to hand it off to Wilbert again, and he's wrapped up pretty quickly. I'm going to say no gain on that play. The linesman here on the near side agrees with me. Trojans kind of keying on Wilbert now, just like you've seen the Raiders key on McFarland.
You got to worry about that a little bit too, because you got a quarterback that can run the ball, and he's got a nice tight spiral. And Ishimura, that kid can jump, and they're even in coverage, that kid's a threat.
Now shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the far side. They'll send a man in motion. It's Wilbert. He'll get the handoff on the end around, picks up a block out across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And that was about a 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Raiders, and that's pretty much got the whole playbook at your disposal at 3rd and 5. Man, you don't leave your headlights on at this game.
They call you out by name.
Call you out by name. That's a small town, man.
Yeah.
We know it's your car. Come move it. Nope. All right, so 3rd down and 5 after that little interlude. Offset eye, and they got the little pistol formation set up here. Faked handoff. Now back to pass, being pressured. The Trojans getting there this time. You can't just let him stand back there and survey the field. They're able to complete the pass, but for no gain up to about the 33-yard line. So they get it back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll bring up 4th down. You got to think Raiders go for it here.
Yeah, I think so. And I think until they prove they can stop them, they're kind of that spot in the field where it doesn't make sense to punt and moving the ball, keep moving it.
Now the best defense is to stay on offense. The Raiders now facing a 4th and I'll call it a long 4, maybe 5. I'll call it 5. Sure, 5. What the heck? Brown in the pistol again. 2 backs in the backfield. Wilbert's the deep back. Now he goes in motion to the far side. Looks his way. Now throwing long down the field. And it's dropped. Oh, he had it. Brock Ginnivan, the tight end, wide receiver type out there. Ginnivan had it, but just couldn't haul it in. The coverage was kind of there.
Maybe had a little bit of hand in his face.
That was a pretty clean ball. So the Trojans do exactly what they need to do. They hold on downs, offense back out on the field. Now let's see if they can, at the very least, flip this field position a little bit. As Frontenac picked up 1 first down, but couldn't pick up any more.
At this point, they need to be just quit thinking about scoring. Just get a first down.
Yeah,
let's just get a first down. We'll start from there. Of course, just like the best defenses staying on offense. Sometimes easier said than done.
Now the handoff to McFarland. He twists ahead for a gain of about a yard. But, man, there's just nothing easy for Cameron McFarland tonight. He's a lot of times been contacted behind the line and had to make chicken salad. You know what I'm saying?
Out of chicken soup?
Yeah.
I'm not much of a soup guy.
No. Now an empty backfield for Siebert. 4 wide receivers in the set. Put a man in motion. And the end around is gobbled up. Oh, big hit by Wilbert out there on the outside. As he came just cleaned that one up. That was...
so far this Trojan offensive line is just getting rolled.
Yeah, McFarland just kind of got lit up on that one. In some states, that's assault. But they're going to let that one roll here in Frontenac. 3rd down and a country mile now for the Trojans from their own 27-yard line, 28 we'll call it.
So far it looks like
Looks like Wilbert is kind of playing angry. He's got a chip on his shoulder out there, and like I said, there's two sides to every collision. Maybe
Sievers back to pass, throws up a wobbly duck, and that's going to be picked off at midfield by Brendan Ishimura. And you said he was dangerous as a cover man. He comes away with one right there, and that's really just kind of a punt for the Trojans.
Yeah, I'd say from what they've gotten, the bounces on the first two punts is about the same.
Not statistically, of course. Punt would look a lot better in the stat book. But this is the worst field position for the night for the Raiders. They're starting at midfield.
Well, and the way that the linemen have given him time, the chances are, if they don't give him a little bit more time, that could get blocked back there and be even worse. So they're gonna have to stiffen up.
Now Trojans find themselves back on the defensive side. Brown in the shotgun. He'll send Wilbert in motion, fakes the handoff to him. Now coming near side to Gage Clothier in there kind of as a fullback most of the time when you see him. Picks up 6 feet on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. But once again, a positive running play.
Yep.
Well, Girard's fighting hard to get 2 and 3 yards a carry, so Frontenac's got to be pretty happy with their ground game.
You know, they keep just pounding it. Eventually, guys, like you said, they're going to start wearing out in those 1s, 2s, turns to 4, 5s, and then really run the risk of busting something big open.
Well, the officials have stopped the clock, and now they're conferring with the head coaches. Be a clock issue, perhaps?
I don't know. We got an update real quick. Colgan's 14 over Linden already in the first quarter. We got Fort Scott 14, Chanute 0. Any of our other...
Well, whatever it is, they got it sorted out. 2nd down and 8 now for the Raiders from the Girard 48. Brown will try and keep it himself off the near side. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 3 for Frontenac. So a good pickup on that run, and this is a very manageable 3rd down. And we kind of see a tale of two offenses here tonight with Frontenac able to run the ball and therefore finding themselves in these 3rd and short situations. The Trojans not able to run the ball and finding themselves in those 3rd and long situations. So the Raiders still only lead by 7, though. Brown with the handoff near side, and a good play defensively for the Trojans. That's a big hit. That's
Matt Saban got that tackle and got all of it.
And there's a flag on the play. We'll see maybe if they're going to say Saban got a face mask or maybe a horse collar. Roundhouse kick. Oh, they're going to call face mask against Girard. So there's a reason that hit looked so good.
Yeah. It's a little easier to get him down when you got a great grip like that.
Yeah.
The result will be a Frontenac Raider first down.
So the Raiders pick up the first down after the 15-yard face mask penalty. We'll see where they mark this off. First down and 10 at the Girard 40. Call a spot foul? I'm interested why that's not like a 2-yard face mask penalty. Anyway, first down 10 for the Raiders. Brown back in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself near side. Worked well last time. Not so much this time, but he still picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the carry.
Brown with the quarterback keeper gains 4 yards for the Raiders.
It's a little too rainy for 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
I guess. Or maybe a misty cloud rather than dust.
2nd down and about 6 now for the Raiders. 52 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Frontenac on top of Girard, 7-0. Brown now under center. I formation behind him. 1 tight end in the set, 2 wide receivers far side. Wilbert gets a handoff off tackle, and he'll drive ahead out across the 30-yard line, and he'll have a first down for the Raiders at the Trojan 29 and a half.
Well, you almost think Jordan needs to maybe take a timeout or something, and
they're going to get one here in about 33 seconds. Clock will start running as soon as the There they go. They're going to roll it now.
Kind of regroup and kind of shift gears and see if they can't get something pulled together.
Now Wilbert lone back in the backfield behind Brown. He'll get the handoff again straight up the gut. And there's a host of Trojans there to stop him. And the way Wilbert's been hitting tonight, you got to think the Trojans want to give a little bit of that back.
Yeah.
And picked up 3 yards that time. Trojans a little bit stiffer on the inside and that interior defense tonight. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. After one, Frontenac Raiders lead the Girard Trojans 7-0. We'll step away for 1 minute, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back out here to the Raider Sports Complex, Frontenac, Kansas, for tonight's Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup between the Frontenac Raiders and the Girard Trojans. Frontenac with it, 2nd down and 7. Now here's the handoff to Wilbert near side. Tripped up and hit hard. That time the Trojans came up on defense and kind of brought the wood. And
that was Ty Norris.
Yeah.
Put a lick on him.
Wilbert might be feeling that one in the morning. Ty Norris trying to give a little bit of it back. We've seen Wilbert really kind of lay some wood on the defensive side of the ball. He's, of course, a good running back for the Raiders, but he shuts things down from his safety spot as well on defense. So now the Raiders with it 3rd and short, come out in the I formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Brown under center. He'll hand off to Wilbert. He comes off the left tackle and gets hit by a host of Trojans, but not before picking up that 1st down, I believe. I don't know. If we're going by the spot here on this sideline, that's a pretty stingy spot.
Yeah, kind of. I thought it looked. Okay, yeah, they gave it to him.
They gave it to him. Okay. I was going to say, looked like a 1st down from here, but.
I mean, the forward progress, if they'd have spotted it where they looked like they were going to, they'd cut off about 5 yards off of that.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Raiders inside the Girard 20, sitting at the 16-yard line. So here in the red zone. They've been pretty good tonight, 1 for 1 on red zone trips.
I mean, you can't. Frontenac's been moving the ball, but you can't say that the Trojans haven't been physical out there.
There's Brown looking to pass, getting pressured that time. Had a man coming up in his face and had to get rid of it quick as Matt Sabine ran up right in his passing lane, so he just wisely threw that one away as he was outside the pocket. Not that that really matters too much in high school football, but threw that one away, stops the clock with just under 11 minutes to play in the half. Frontenac leading 7-0. 2nd down and long now for the Raiders, a situation they haven't really found themselves in too often tonight. Shotgun formation for Brown, 3 wide receivers off to the far side. Now they'll bring a man in motion. And the handoff on the end around. And Trojans there to bottle that one up as they saw that motion coming pre-snap and able to stop Alex Johnson for a minimal gain as he picks up about 3 yards to bring up 3rd down and 7. And big play here for this Trojan defense if they can force a 4th down. Hopefully come away without giving up too much more damage.
Trojans have played a lot of bend, don't break in the games that they've won, and it's been stops like this that kept them in, give them an opportunity. They need one right now.
There's a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll step away for 1 minute, and we'll be back. You're watching Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. 10:22 left to play first half. Frontenac Raiders lead the Girard Trojans 7-0 in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup. Some look at some scores from around the area. Columbus went up 7-0 on Burlington, but since then Burlington scored and converted the two-point conversion. They lead it 8-7 in the second quarter. That's a matchup we're kind of keeping an eye on tonight because Columbus, one of those hot and cold teams. Of course, Burlington, a team that Girard faced just a couple weeks ago. Now Brown back to pass, being pressure, going to lob this one up over the middle, and it's caught! Caught for a touchdown. That was a good-looking ball that time to Gage Clothiers. He's able to come down with it. Caught it with his hands. Good-looking passing game here tonight from the Raiders. They take a 13-0 lead, and they're going to try and make it 14 as they attempt to tack on the extra point.
Yeah, Brown throws a nice tight spiral and a pretty ball, and so far his accuracy's been there too.
Yeah, he's, all of his passes, if they haven't been completed, they've been broken up, and they would have been completed. The kick is up, and it is good. So 10-14 to play, first half. Girard Trojans in the hole, 14-0 to the Frontenac Raiders. We'll step away for 30 seconds, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Frontenac Raiders just tacked on another touchdown to take a 14-0 lead over the Girard Trojans. 10-14 to play in the first half. And Frontenac's one of those teams we said in the pregames just kind of been riding high so far this season, and they have not, they show no signs of letting up here in this one as they have had their way so far with the Girard Trojans. Now the kickoff fielded at the 5-yard line, bringing it out across the 20 and brought down at about the 25-yard line. Let's see who was that for Girard. Couldn't catch a number on it. These yellow numbers out here are kind of a challenge sometimes.
Especially from these stands.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
like a mile away here. We're doing well just to tell this is a football game.
It's football? I thought we were soccer.
Yeah, well.
That football.
The football.
The other football.
All right, Trojans have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side. And this is Ty Norris in the game at quarterback for the Trojans. He'll keep it himself off of the near side and picks up maybe a yard. Set up a 2nd down and long for the Trojans. Trojans trying to just mix it up a little bit. Now Siebert's going to be back in at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, just getting ready to say, the last couple of games we've seen, early on we saw that split between Norris and Siebert getting most of the time, and Norris coming in and sharing some duties in there, and then the last few games have been just Siebert in there, and I thought maybe they're looking at a spark by putting Norris in there.
And the handoff far side, McFarland undercut. And it's going to be a loss of 2 for the Trojans. Going to bring up 3rd down and long once again. And it seems like a broken record tonight for the Trojans as they find themselves 3rd and long once again. just not a situation you want to be in as an offensive coach. And as a defensive play caller, you can just pin your ears back, send those pass rushers, and just play some zone coverage and hope for the best, because really the Trojans are not an offense that's designed to pick up huge chunks of yards like this.
No, especially if they can't get a little bit of a hold from their guys up front.
There's a snap. Sear back to pass. Being pressured. Throws it over the middle, and it's caught. And just short, though, the first down yardage. But, man, if you're the Trojans, I don't know. You might go for that. Bring up a 4th and 2. Nice grab, though.
Yeah, Thomason had a nice catch there. Kind of rolled around with it, but managed to hold on. Real close to picking up the first down. And that gives them a tough choice.
Now they're going to punt it away. Try and flip field position just a little bit. Frontenac hasn't had the ball in their own territory on offense yet tonight. Punt is away as the clock clicks down under 8 minutes. And Wilbert's just going to fair catch it back at the 42-yard line. So worst field position of the night for the Raiders. They start at their own 42. And their drives haven't been long, but it hasn't been their fault because they've only had to be 30, 40 yards to score. So,
you take what they give you, right?
They're really going to have to string one together here from their own 42-yard line. 7:58 to play, first half. Trojans trail at 14-0. Here in Frontenac, and Girard came into this one clear underdog, and you can kind of see why. Frontenac kind of firing on all cylinders. The pass is complete outside. That's Brock Ginnivan. He had a touchdown catch already tonight. Ginnivan looks like he's got some real sure hands out there on the outside. Either that or he's got something on those gloves. But either way, he's hauling them in tonight. Second down now and about 4 for the Raiders. Girard 48. Trojan defense has spent a lot of time out on the field. And, when you play both ways, you'd rather spend your energy playing offense than out there tackling. Now the handoff to Wilbert. He tries to cut it up inside. He's met by a host of Trojans and brought down. And if there is a bright point tonight for the Trojans, it's that interior D has not been getting gashed like they have the last few weeks. They've really stiffened up in there.
It's kind of slowing the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not quite enough to stop it, especially when your offense can't put very much together.
Now 3rd and a long 2 from midfield for Frontenac as they come in high formation, double tight, single wide receiver off to the far side. Now the play comes in. They're going to audible from the sideline. They'll keep the formation. And the handoff goes to Wilbert coming near side, cuts up. I think he has enough for the first down as he's driven back and taken down by a crowd of Trojans. But he does have enough for the first down, so that'll give Frontenac a new set of downs. Under 6.5 to play here first half, and the Raiders in the driver's seat in this one, 14-0. Pretty night tonight at the Frontenac Sports Complex. If you haven't been out here, it's a pretty nice facility. It's been around for about 10 years. Took the place of Spigarelli Field, the hallowed grounds of Frontenac football for years and years. But nice field. People like it. Fumbled snap here by Brown. He'll pick it up and try and make something out of nothing. He breaks free, and he's going to have a touchdown as Brown dropped the ball. The defenders kind of lost him.
They kind of just stopped
as he crouched down to pick it up, and then he just took off around the far side of that Girard line. And, yeah, everything working tonight for the Frontenac Raiders as that was a busted play that ended up busting Girard.
Yeah, that's going to be about a 48-yard touchdown run that should have been a loss.
Yeah, 48-yard busted play touchdown run.
Wow.
Frontenac now up 20-0 as the kicker tries to work out an equipment issue with his helmet. You're a kicker, you don't need a helmet. All right, Wilbert got it on. That makes a lot of sense because he does need a helmet.
Yeah, and
he's the holder, and he's pretty much put his helmet into everybody out here on this field tonight. He
might have fallen off because he
down
broke
the kick low off the crossbar. Don't see that too often. And that's the first thing tonight that hasn't gone well for the Frontenac Raiders. They missed the extra point. But they lead it 20-0. 6 minutes left to play first half. We'll step away for 30 seconds, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Girard Trojans trailing it 20-0 to the Frontenac Raiders here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional matchup, the opening round of regional playoffs. And if Girard wants to make it to the next round, they've got to have something bordering on a miraculous comeback here. And it should probably start right about now if you're the Trojans.
You got 6 minutes left in the first half. If you don't start getting some points on the board this drive, then you're in deep trouble.
Kickoff fielded at about the 5, as I believe that was Ty Norris working his way up to about the 22-yard line. And they give the Trojans 1st and 10 from that spot. Looking around the area, Paola and Lebec County tied at 7 in the second quarter. We're still waiting on a score from an update from the Linden St. Mary's game. Burlington Columbus still 8-7 Burlington, as those teams scored on each other early but appeared to have kind of settled in, started playing a little bit of defense there. Now 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Pistol formation for Siebert. They'll send a man in motion. And the ball's on the ground, doing the read option, and Siebert mishandled the handoff, lost the ball, and Frontenac able to get on top of it. Just like that, right back in scoring position inside the Girard 20. 5:56 to play first half. Raiders threatening once again. They lead it 20-0.
Yeah, in a game where you need to play your best football, things like mishandled snaps and interceptions, those things, they can't happen.
Ginnivan's got a touchdown reception. He's got a couple other receptions and now a fumble recovery to go with that, as the Raiders take over in cherry field position. Brown back in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Wilbur. He'll go over the top. Here's Ginnivan with the hands. Oh, right through his breadbasket. And flags fly. One actually hit Ginnivan in the lower abdominal region. But, you know, after two guys throw a flag, is it really necessary to throw that third flag and then hit the player with it?
No.
I mean, he wasn't even the offending player. We got penalized 6 ways from Sunday, literally.
The call is pass interference against Girard.
Yep, they're going to call pass interference against Girard. There's just a lot of contact going on down there. And Siebert is a lot he's a lot bigger than the defenders. I'm sure that Ginnivan was getting the better end of that contact, but
well, it looked like most of the contact come when the defender had jumped for the ball, was coming down on him, like maybe jumped a little too early. I don't know. I have to go back and watch the video on that.
Yeah. Well, one more thing.
We're work out some instant replay.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go to the replay. You guys put that together for us right now. No? Okay.
Because it kind of looked like he had a shot at catching it, too.
Yeah. All right, so first down, and I don't understand this. If it was pass interference, why are the chains? Never mind. Here we go. Wilbert, faked handoff. Now Brown keeps himself up the middle, takes a big hit. Oh, a big hit on the inside. Stop that from being a touchdown. Who was that who made that hit? I don't think the PA announcer wants to tell you here in Frontenac because that was a pretty rugged hit.
Kind of thuggish out there.
There on there, yeah.
Raiders a first down and goal on the 3-yard line.
Raiders may walk away with a win, but they may need a bathtub full of ice when this thing's over. Brown in the pistol now. Bunch formation near side. Wilbert lone back. He'll get the handoff up the middle and across the goal line for the touchdown. And Frontenac They are all over the Trojans at this point. 26-0, 5:23 to play first half, and they're going to go for the extra point here to try and make it 27.
Trey Harris with the point after.
Still 8-7. Columbus and Burlington. Columbus trailing Burlington at the moment. Kick is up and good.
He knew it was just a matter of time before Wilbert got his nose in the end zone, too.
That's right, the way he's been running tonight. So everything working for the Frontenac Raiders. 27-0, 5:23 to play first half. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
This is Trojan Football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. This Raider Sport Complex has been a house of horrors tonight for the Girard Trojans as they have had some miscues offensively, and the Raiders, man, their offense has been hitting on all cylinders, and they lead at 27-0. So Trojans trying to scratch something positive here out of this first half as they'll try to get it done on this drive as that kickoff rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Trojans will take over on their own 20-yard line. Man, just a pretty dominating first half performance by the Frontenac Raiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, stick around at halftime.
These halftime stats are going to be pretty brutal, Zach.
Pretty brutal. I mean, just at a quick glance, Trojans haven't gotten a first down, and they're looking at 4 plays that have resulted in positive net yards. So it's pretty rough first half on the offense side of the ball.
Ouch. Well, there's some positive net yards as Sievert will just kind of keep it himself and fall forward for a gain of about, looks like 6, 7. Yeah. Second down and 3 for the Trojans. So that's probably the best play of the game right there. Tyler Sievert just keeping it himself straight up the middle. Now Trojans will come out in pistol formation, 1 back in the backfield, 2 to the far side. Sievert working far side. He'll keep it himself again, and he'll pick up 1 or 2 this time as he's cut down over there on the far side. And, after putting it on the rug last time, running that option, he's going to be pretty conservative with it this time. He looked at the pitch man, but you kind of had the feeling that ball was staying with him.
Yeah, and, we've seen that in the handoff in that option several times throughout the season where maybe waited just a little bit too long to make that call. The running back thinks it's his, and then he pulls it out at the last second, or the running back, hold latches on, and kind of seen that like we saw in that turnover.
Now in the shotgun, Sievert. He'll take the handoff, keep it himself again, kind of breaks out into the open field out near the 40-yard line. So the Trojans look out. Picked up the first down, and they're starting to roll here with just over 4 minutes left to play first half. And, man, you'll take anything positive at this point if you're Coach Philpott in this Trojan offense.
And Kyler Sievert just taking it on his own shoulders this drive, decided he's going to just go out and get him first down himself.
Now handoff. McFarland trying to get some running room, and they really are still keying on him quite a bit. Maybe able to pick up a yard. Looks like he'd be close to the first down, and if you're going by the side judge here, it looks like he's got it out across the 40. They are going to move the chains.
Yeah, that's their first down of the game. They got to start somewhere.
Score update. Paola, Lebec County still tied at 7 in the second quarter down there in Altamont, so a good game tonight going on down there in the foothills of Lebec County.
Yeah, you also got Colgan's all over Linden, 21-0, second quarter.
Shotgun formation now for Sievert. And he'll fake the handoff, keeps it himself again, and they kind of found something there. I think if he would have kept going vertically, he would have picked up another 4 or 5 yards. Instead, he tried to cut to the outside and ran right into the arms of a waiting defender. The hole was there, though. That's
maybe
positive
zig,
for
maybe
the
zig
Trojans.
when he should have zagged.
No, should have zigged or zagged when he should have straighted.
Straighted. Coming up with all kinds of good new terminology tonight.
Just fancy speak. I don't mean to lose you with all my jargon.
I'm not an expert, you know.
Shotgun now. Handoff right up the middle for the Trojans. This just kind of turns into a rugby scrum down there as Camden McFarland ran into a crowd.
McFarland gains 1 on the carry, 3rd down and 5.
He was the last guy in, but somehow he ended up at the bottom. That worked. 2:18 to play in the first half, so Trojans' time starting to become a factor on this drive as they still need to move the better half of the field. Burlington still leading Columbus 8-7 in one of the weirder scores going on in the area. There's a 3-2 game somewhere in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a snap for Siebert. He'll keep it himself once again and over midfield now into Raider territory, and that's the first time tonight for the Trojans to set foot in Raider territory offensively. And they're kind of hurrying things up at this point, moving with some pace. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Got Siebert in the shotgun again. He'll motion a man across the field, sticks it in his belly. Ooh, big hit on the inside once again.
Ow.
That was Wilbert again.
You know, the Raiders aren't going to be the only one that needs some ice baths after this game.
You're going to have a hard time finding ice tonight in Southeast Kansas. And we have a Raider down on the field. Looks to be Gage Clothier, linebacker, running back for the Raiders. Sees
who was that on that carry? Was that Siebert, or did that go to McFarland on the last one?
I think he came to a wide receiver on the end around.
Oh,
so
okay. Kind of got lost.
Yeah.
Those numbers are hard to see.
They are. I want to think it was Creed Curran who got it on the end around.
Maybe it was Curran.
So Clothier getting some attention right now from the coaching staff. Clothier, 5'9", 190-pound junior. So he'll be one that Coach Smith's leaning on next year. He doesn't appear to be in a huge deal of pain. Not a lot of writhing around going on down there. So hopefully just a little cramp or maybe a stinger, and he'll be able to. Looks like he's going to come off under his own power, so that's good news.
Kind of caught up in the mix in that big collision there. Might have had some Tweety birds flying around.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing is a lot of times you're in there making a tackle and it's your own teammate comes in and cleans you out, you know? I mean, especially with a guy like Wilbert back there. He's like he's fired out of a cannon sometimes, so.
All he sees is maroon, and he's going through anything he gets in his way to get there.
It's a shade of red, so. Woo. Yeah.
Seen some hard hits. It's going to be hard picking that Bradshaw collision.
Yeah, in the game. Like Bradshaw collision all night.
We can't call that one too early tonight because there might be a.
Yeah, I mean, I keep thinking, oh, that's the hit. Oh, no. Yeah, well, we're just going to hang on to that one. Shotgun formation now for the Trojans. 2nd and long, minute 26 and counting to play in the first half. Siebert back to pass. Throws it deep over the middle and over everybody. And there's a flag on the play. Frontenac crowd, they don't like that one.
You can call an offensive pass there.
I think they're going to call defensive pass interference. That pass is intended for Josiah Thomason. Yeah. And he was well covered down the field. The ball not catchable in my book. Sailed over his head.
I mean, as a fan, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's if you're a Trojan fan, you're happy about that call because it keeps you alive here. It'll set up the Trojans up 1st and 10 at the Frontenac 33-yard line. So a big play there for the Trojans thanks to the guys in the black and white, not the Raiders.
Definitely not a popular opinion on this side.
No. And there's another keeper by Siebert straight up the middle as he runs right into the waiting arms of Wilbert, who helps him to the ground. But it'll be a gain of about 9 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Trojans right inside the Frontenac 25-yard line. Minute 5 to play. Trojans will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. 1:05 to play first half. Trojans might have something cooking here as they trail the Frontenac Raiders 27-0 here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup. Trojans just trying to get something positive headed into the locker room here as they'll have it 2nd down and short. Siebert back to pass, being pressured, now in the grasp and brought down hard. And Frontenac able to get to it that time with the pressure, and it's going to set up 3rd and all night for the Trojans at the Frontenac 38-yard line. They're going to need about 16 yards to pick up the first down.
Yeah, number 67, senior Andrew Mays, decided his turn to get in on the action. He comes in there and just cleaned that one up.
Score
like bleach.
Score update, Labette County on top of Paola 13-7. That one's late in the second quarter out there in Altamont. Now Trojans trying to, I think they're going to let the play clock run down and take another timeout. So we'll take one as well. We'll step away for 30 seconds. 20 seconds left to play first half. Trojans trailing the Frontenac Raiders 27-0. They're in trouble, 3rd down and long. When we come back, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back. 20 seconds left to play, first half. It's been all Frontenac Raiders so far as they lead the Girard Trojans 27-0. Here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup.
3rd and long. They've seen that several times tonight and just don't have an answer for it.
It's like a broken record. Now Siebert back to pass, being pressured already, rolling out to his left, throws one up, and incomplete. A lot of contact on both ends of that play. Much ado about nothing, though. 4th down and 16 now for the Trojans, and 15 seconds left on the clock. You might as well heave one up for the end zone. And I just don't know that Girard has anybody on their roster that can throw the ball from the 40-yard line to the end zone. Not taking anything away from any of them. I don't think I could throw the football from that 40-yard line down to the end zone. If I drink about 25 Red Bulls, I might be able to get it done, but probably not. So 4th down for the Trojans as they're going to line up to punt this one away. It's definitely the conservative call in this situation. High snap, fortunate to get that one down. And the punt's away. Nobody home back there for the Raiders as Girard will down it at the 9-yard line. Clock stops with 7 seconds left to play. And a score update from Class 5A. Pittsburgh High all over Turner, 35-6. Blue Valley on top of Olathe, 21-7. Colgan from Class 2-1A is all over Linden, 21-0. And, from way out in the western tribal regions, Scott City losing that one.
Yeah, down 14-0 Kingman.
Kingman.
They're the Kingman Kongs.
I just know Kingman because it's
It's out there past Wichita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the Frontenac will take a knee, and that'll be the last play of the first half. And we'll step away for 2 minutes. We'll be back with our halftime show from Girard National Bank. So we'll step away for 2 minutes. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas for the Girard National Bank halftime show. Halftime show is brought to you by Girard National Bank, bringing you community banking at its best. Girard National Bank is committed to providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to Girard National Bank. So the first half has pretty much been highlight reel for the Frontenac Raiders as they lead at 27-0, and they've been able to get it done in every facet of the game so far. We haven't seen a kick return for a touchdown yet, but the night is young, Zach. The Frontenac Raiders have passed the ball effectively. They've run the ball effectively. And on the defensive side, they have been playing angry. And so far, the Girard Trojans just really haven't had much of an answer for it.
Yeah, we've said it a couple of times. There's a whole bunch of guys out there that are going to need an ice bath after this one. They have been playing aggressively. You know, Girard's defense, they haven't been able to come up with an answer for the scores, but they've been out there hustling. They've been out there hitting. Just haven't been able to get anything done.
Yeah, the effort has been there on the defensive side for Girard. They've really been hitting just as well as the Frontenac Raiders have. It's just Frontenac has executed their offense a lot better than the Trojans have thus far. And, you know, we have a costly turnover an interception and a fumble by Girard, and that fumble was just a killer because it set Frontenac up in ideal field position.
As if the field wasn't short enough for him before to get it that close. It was just easy to punch it in. But, when we were kind of talking in break, you really hit it on it. I think what we're seeing here is two teams that have both improved, but maybe one is really just like hitting at the right time, and they're hitting hard. So.
Well, that's tonight's Eye on the Game. It's brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kennar Eye Care is the clear choice. Kennar Eye Care, 620-235-1737. So, Zach, I don't necessarily want to do it, but we kind of got to take a look at some of these halftime stats for these teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty one-sided affair. I'll let you put them together while I kick this knowledge. Halftime stats are brought to you by Exchange State Bank, one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas. Old money. Exchange Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and more. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with bank employees, you're dealing with banking friends. Learn more at esbks.com.
All right, yeah, the stats are definitely looking pretty abysmal.
I'm ready.
So
give them to me.
I'm not even going to really bust it out into individuals. We'll just give some team stats on this Girard side of the ball. All plays combined, we're looking at net rushing yards of 19 and 8 passing yards in the entire first half. We did manage to see 3 first downs strung together at the end of the first half. One of those was kind of an assist given by the Raiders with a penalty there. But yeah, really overall, you couldn't ask your Frontenac Raiders defense to do a whole lot more in that respect.
And
you got to hand it to them. You can't put it all on Girard for not executing. They're just running into brick wall after brick wall.
And if you're a career optimist, I guess you could say that up in Garnett a few weeks ago, Trojans came out in the first half and just looked terrible.
Yeah.
The offense was awful. They turned the ball over. They did just about everything they could do to hand that game to the underdogs, and came out in the second half and kind of looked like a different team. They tightened up on defense. They executed a little bit better on offense. Well, in the last 4 minutes of the game, they executed a little bit better on offense.
Yeah.
They can't wait that long to get it going here in this one. They pretty much got to come out of the locker room with a whole new lease on life if they want to get back into this one.
If they don't come out with a 180-degree about face and turn the thing around from the beginning, we're talking a miracle comeback at this point. But hey, stranger things have happened.
They certainly have, and that's why they play 4 quarters. So the Trojans hoping to be able to turn that one around and get things back in the positive column here in the second half. They're going to make any sort of a comeback here against the Frontenac Raiders, who are on top in this one, 27-0. Let's take a look at some of those Frontenac stats because there's a little bit more there to talk about.
We do got to give those guys some credit where credit is due. You got Wilbert with 13 attempts and 39 yards. He's just been hammering it. Just absolutely hammering
both sides of the ball.
And then Brown, of course, he's got 4 or 5 attempts with 65 yards, but one of those come with that big 45-yard touchdown run.
The busted play, 48 yards.
The busted play, yeah. Genovan, he's got him a touchdown reception, and Clothier's got a touchdown reception. So, it's just it's a flip side of that, a coin.
Well, and you got 2 quarterbacks coaching each of these teams. Neil Philpott, of course, headed that Pitt State offense back in, 04, that was the most prolific offense in NCAA history.
The greatest show on turf.
That's right on field turf, yeah. And then on the other side of the ball, Mark Smith, a long-time quarterback here in the area, first for the St. Mary's Colgan Panthers. I don't say that out loud here in Frontenac, but came over from Colgan after a successful career at quarterback at Pitt State, won state championships for Colgan, went to the playoffs several years for Pittsburgh State. And so both of these guys know offense, but you get the sense that Coach Smith has been at Frontenac for a few years, had an opportunity to put his system in, and Coach Philpott just not the same amount of time to work with this Girard squad. And maybe next year, couple years on down the road, you'll start to see that progress being made, but it's tough to just turn it around that first year in.
Oh, yeah. And, Philpott being an offensive guy, he come in and he's said it in interviews that he came in and he asked these guys a lot, especially on the offensive side of the ball, when he went to come and install his flavor of offense. And some of these guys were just honestly kind of blown away by it. Talking to him, and he even said it. He's kind of stripped some things down and evened it out a little bit, and guys are clicking and coming together. And it's exciting to see what it'll bring to the Girard program over the next few years if they stick with it and guys start getting more and more used to it.
All right, well, we'll step away for a break here. We'll go away for 2 minutes, and we'll come back. We're at the half here in Frontenac, Kansas. Frontenac Raiders leading the Girard Trojans 27-0. When we get back, we'll take a look at some of the matchups around the area. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Thanks to your support, Kennard Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennard Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you. And I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today at 620-724-4558.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Let's take a look at some of our area matchups. Our look at area matchups from around the area is brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timken bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 109 East Prairie Street in Girard. Zach, let's take a look at some of these scores.
All right, quick update. Pittsburgh's still got a nice heavy lead over Turner, 41-6 in the Class 5A. We got Columbus has now taken a 13-8 lead over Burlington. Of course, Frontenac, you guys know. We already gave you Kingman. We don't need to give you that one again. Colgan in the second quarter, still all over hammering Linden. That's 35-0 over there. What else we got? Labette County, 13 over Paola. 7 points there, so 13-7 Labette over Paola. Looking through here real quick. Fort Scott, a quick update on these guys. They are touchdown ahead of Chanute, 14-7, and looks like that's about it.
And those are our area scores. We're going to step away for a quick break, and we'll be back here in Frontenac, Kansas. You're watching Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call's service as their trucks crisscross southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call's Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back out to Frontenac, Kansas. Teams are getting warmed up for the second half of action here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional matchup. At the half, Frontenac Raiders all over the Trojans, 27-0. In a first half that really, everything that could go right did go right for the Raiders, and Trojans just seemed to never be able to get it out of park.
Yeah, it was just a tough half of football. We kind of went over that in the halftime show. Just couldn't get anything going, couldn't get any momentum until right there before the end of the half. And yeah, they got to have to come out and strike early and often if they want to get a chance to win this game.
I'll remind you, after the game, we'll have the Evans Motors postgame show. We'll talk to Coach Philpott, and you know, it's been some ups and downs this season for this Girard squad, but like we talked about earlier in the halftime show, just his first year at the helm, it's going to take a little while to show these kids the type of football he wants them to play and the way he wants them to handle success and failure. And I think they made some steps this season. It's just, you know, you can't expect to have everything go your way right off the bat. It's you know, Coach Philpott, when he took over, there were some high expectations at Girard, but you kind of got to manage those considering where they were when he took over the program.
Well, you do, and don't forget, you know, being in this CNC, which was just a tough conference, their first 4 games, it was murder row. So they step into the Wolves' den right out of the gate, and that's, you know, you get down early a couple games, and 2-3 games, and a couple pretty good-sized whoopings in there, and that hurts a little bit.
Yeah, you know, you have Galena, Columbus, Frontenac, and Colgan all in the front half of your season.
tough.
I mean, and the Trojans did a good job absorbing that early in the year and bouncing back from it here in the second half of the season. And hopefully they'll be able to take some positives from this moving forward into next year. But for right now, there's still a half of football to be played. And the Trojans certainly want to have a better showing here in the second half than they had in the first half. I mean, at this point, Zach, you kind of just got to ignore the scoreboard and go out there and beat the guy across from you.
Yeah, just forget about the scoreboard. Just run your offense and play for this drive.
The Trojans will kick it off here as Frontenac won the toss, deferred, so they'll have it to start the second half. And if you're the Trojans, the last thing you want to do is start the half out on defense, but that's what they've got to do here. Set to kick this one away as the wind started to pick up here a little bit in Frontenac coming out of the southeast. It's supposed to be a warmer day tomorrow, but there's no evidence of that right now, as Raiders able to bring the ball out across the 35-yard line. So still good field position as Brendan Ishimura brings it out. And Ishimura has already got a touchdown reception, a pass breakup tonight, and he has an interception as well. So there's a pretty decent kick return to go along with that. Pat his another statistical column for him. Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. Shotgun for Brown. Double tight set. Wilbert coming across the formation. He'll get the handoff moving far side, turns the corner, and he'll push ahead for a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. They're going to mark him down at the Frontenac 39. 2nd down and 6 now for the Raiders as they just pick up right where they left off.
And the first order of business for Girard Trojans is just to get a stop. Get a stop.
Might start by marking Wilbert because he seems to be the one carrying the load here for the Raiders. Brown back in the shotgun. Handed off again. Wilbert coming near side. Breaks the tackle and brought down from behind. A nice tackle by Derby McReynolds because that prevented a touchdown because Wilbert was off to the races if McReynolds wasn't able to wrap him up there from behind. 1st down now for the Raiders into Girard territory at the 49.
Yeah, you got to believe the way that Wilbert's been running the ball that eventually his defense is going to get tired
of tackling him.
Get tired of tackling him, and he's probably going to bust one. They keep running him, and they watch the Burlington game. They know we'll keep running him until you prove me you can stop him.
Wilbert coming in motion again. This time Brown keeps it, thinks about the throw, now makes it on the outside. The catch is made. An amazing catch out there by Brock Ginnivan. Comes down with it and takes off and gallops for a 1st down. As I didn't think there was any way.
They were tangling out there.
He was tangled up. The pass was behind him and out of time. The timing was all messed up. The pass was behind him. He reaches out, grabs it, shakes the defender, and takes off for 15 yards. It has been that kind of night for the Frontenac Raiders. I would say that encapsulates their night, but it was the muffed snap 48-yard touchdown run that encapsulates their night. Now Brown with the handoff up the middle, and it breaking loose, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Gage Clothier. And he's a stout dude. You just look at him, and that guy's got a low center of gravity. He's not going to win many 40-yard dashes, but there's not too many people that want to put a hat in his midsection and try and bring him down either.
I mean, he looked like he had a pretty good little burst there. He come out of the chute and hauling there, and got him a nice little head of steam, and that's kind of scary to get in the way of that.
Very dangerous over short distances. All right, Brown now in the shotgun. 2 tight end set. And the handoff goes again to Clothier, and this time not as much there. He's brought down after a gain of about 1. I'll call it 2. Now Frontenac just in full-on pound-it mode as they are just handing the ball off and just grinding on this Girard defense. They did run that one pass play. It was not pretty, but it was a big pass play. Now Brown to the backfield with Wilbert behind him. And the handoff's going to go to Wilbert. Shakes a man on the outside, has the corner, and he's fighting forward. He's going to get into the end zone. So a great effort there to fight through a tackle right on the goal line. As once again, Derby McReynolds is trying to stop a touchdown and unable to do it that time as Wilbert finally punches into the end zone. You called it, Zach. You were like, one of these times he's going to break loose. And there it was right there. And now Trojans in an even deeper hole, 33-0. And Frontenac
Once again for the point after.
working the extra point. Wilbert has to catch his breath here as he's the holder now. Good snap, ball's down, kick is up, and good.
Pretty good kicker.
34-0, 9:41 to play, third quarter. Frontenac Raiders are having a night tonight against the Girard Trojans. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Frontenac Raiders pick up right where they left off. First drive of the first half. They punch it in, 34-0 on it was like a 12-yard touchdown run by Wilbert. And they lead at 34-0 over the Trojans. Here's the kickoff. Back into the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Girard.
Trey Harris puts it in the end zone for a touchback. It will be Girard's ball on their own 20-yard line.
Trojans have the wind at their back here. Moving, I don't need to tell you which way they're moving because we're watching this on the interweb.
Got the wind at their back and Raiders in their face.
That's right. Nowhere to go. So the Trojans try and get something going here offensively. Their first drive of the second half, Coach Philpott tried to make some adjustments in the locker room at halftime, but man, there's so many things to address here in the first half, and hopefully the blocking up front has been a real big issue for the Trojans thus far. We'll see if they can get that cleared up. And Siebert's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he'll pick up about 4 yards. And honestly, that's been the best offensive option for the Trojans tonight has been Siebert just keeping it, get behind that line and driving forward for whatever he can get.
Yeah, I mean, if you could really call it the bright spot, he's got about 22 yards on 11 carries, which pretty much makes up the bulk. I mean, it's not a great yards per carry average, but it makes up the bulk of their offense.
Yeah, your leading rushers averaging 2 yards a carry. Things are not going well.
Yeah.
Pistol formation now for the Trojans. Man in motion, they'll hand it off to McFarland, and he's just gobbled up after a gain of about a foot. And it'll put the Trojans in a third and about 4. It's manageable. It's not the worst third down situation they've been in tonight. It's actually pretty good in comparison.
Yeah.
So third down and 4, you've got some options there. Trojans have all too often tonight been facing third and 12, third and 11.
I was about to say, at least it's between the chains.
Yeah. Trojans need something here because they want to keep that Frontenac offense off the field. Siebert in the shotgun, empty backfield. He'll pass it quickly. Catch is made on the outside. They blew that whistle real early. For a player that was crouched down without a knee on the ground, that could have been a touchdown for the Trojans if the ref hadn't been breathing through the whistle.
Yeah. I'll be looking at that one on the tape. Not that it matters now, but
first down and 10 for the Trojans. That's good news. 8:15 to play, third quarter, as they try to get it into Frontenac territory, flip field position a little bit. Now some motion in the backfield as they empty the backfield. 4 wide receivers in the set. Faked handoff, and now Tyler Siebert went down to his knees and kept going forward on his knees. Good effort, but they'll give you points for that.
Second down and 9 for Girard.
Picked up just a yard. As you can tell, Frontenac's starting to stay with him on that read option and let the running back go. So that's something that he needs to pick up on and maybe hand that ball off. But the handoff hasn't been there in the first half, so some adjustments being made throughout the game on both sides. 7:28 to play. Second down and long for Trojans. Siebert going to let it fly. The catch is made. And down at midfield, Nice catch that time by Creed Curran. He watched that one all the way in and then able to pick up some extra yards with his feet. Another first down by the Trojans, and they're starting to put something together here as they have the ball at midfield.
Haven't seen this side of the field that much tonight.
Now Siebert in the shotgun, 2 to the wide receivers of the far side, getting pressured, throws it quickly, and just out of the reach. Is that Curran again? I think so.
That might have been
Siebert.
Thomason. 20.
Siebert took a hit.
Well, they're just not getting him any kind of time.
No.
A game where you got to start throwing the ball a little bit. He gets his 3-step drop, and if it ain't gone, he's getting hammered.
Yeah, you got about half a second to make a decision. Siebert stood in there and delivered a throw just a little bit low and in front of his receiver. Now he's in the shotgun once again. Second down and long, he'll let it fly too high, out of bounds. Intended for Gage Shirtano. Shirtano not 7 foot tall, so he couldn't haul that one in.
Here we are at 3rd and long again.
And we have a Trojan down on the field. An injured Trojan away from the play, off across on the other side.
It's Curran.
That's Creed Curran. So that's not good news for the Trojans. One of the Siebert's favorite targets, and he appears to be in some pain over there at about the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Creed's a tough kid, too, so for him being down on his back, there's something bugging him pretty good.
And like I said, it happened away from the play, so didn't really see what it could have been. It's those sorts of things that kind of drive you crazy as a coach, no contact, far away from the play. Sometimes just the act of running and stopping and changing direction can hurt yourself. One of those things about life, you can step out the front door and you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a nope, he's up.
There we go.
That's good. A little limp to it, but
maybe
able to
rolled an
walk
ankle
off.
or something.
That's what it looks like.
Shaking it off.
Yeah.
Some current kids are tough. There've been several passer yards. There's those tough farm kids that just don't let much slow them down.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back in action here tonight by the way he's walking off the field, just trying to loosen it up a little bit. But the Trojans here in dangerous territory, 3rd down and long, now with Curran over on the bench, one less target for Siebert. Frontenac really with it's a great option to rush the passer here. Opportunity for this Raider defense to get a sack. And
you called it.
There's
got
the
a little
play
high, and
action.
the ball's out.
Ball's loose. And it looks like Trojans able to get back on top of it, but not before losing about 10 yards on the fumble.
Yeah, we've just about got to see from when worse goes to whatever's worse
than worse. Yeah. All right, so that's where the 3rd turnover of the night for the Trojans, and Frontenac will take over 1st and 10 at the Girard 40-yard line. So once again, good field position for the Raiders. 6.5 to play, 3rd quarter. Frontenac on top, 34-0.
If you're Coach Smith, you got to be real happy with the way your Raiders are looking tonight.
Girard able to punt it away. Pretty good punt. And it's down at the Frontenac 30-yard line, so the Raiders will take over there. And thought for a moment that Frontenac was able to get on top of that ball, but I guess Trojans came away with it. So they'll it's a break for them because Frontenac would have had it on their side of the field. Now Trojans forcing the Raiders to do a little bit more work on offense if they want to score, not trying to make it easy on them. All right. Now Brown in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers near side. He'll keep it himself. Straight off tackle and
ball out.
The ball's loose.
He might have been on his backside when that got ripped out of there, but
I don't know, I didn't hear a whistle.
Yeah.
See what the officials say, and it's going to be Girard football. So, hey,
there we go.
Trojans get something positive here, turnover, and they are in business on the Frontenac side of the field.
I mean, I couldn't see exactly who that was, but somebody had an arm in there, so he's going down and just ripped it out of there.
Trojans still a little bit of fight left in them. We'll see if the offense can cash in on this turnover.
Probably their best field position of the night.
Yeah,
I would say.
Right in there, yeah. They were pretty close before the wheels came off at the end of the first half. They were pretty close to this field position, but see if they can get something going here. Two wide receivers at the far side. Siebert in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself, breaks through the line, and he's going to have a first down out across the 25 down to about the Frontenac 23-yard line. So a 12-yard gain for Siebert, and that's got to be the Trojans' best offensive play of the night.
Heck, he got that one. He just wanted it more. Plowing through and pulling guys along.
Good effort play that time by Siebert, and then Trojans first down again. Now just starting to gently tap on the door.
Quick score update for anybody that's pulling for Olpe out there. They're up 55-0 over Yates Center.
Good. I got money on Olpe. No. Shotgun
pass
tipped. Picked off. Fumbled. Dropped. Whoa. Look out. I'm not just, that was
so the pass.
Good call. Incomplete.
Deflected.
Yeah. I mean, what the heck?
Never possessed. Back out.
Now we have a Raider down on the field after that ball came loose. There's a bit of a scrum for it down low, and you never like to see that. As that's Jordan Ishimura, 5'11", senior, and a big part of this Frontenac defense down there on the field right now in some obvious pain. And when people start, they tell you when the ball's on the carpet, you just fall on it. And a lot of times when players fall on it, they fall on legs, they fall on ankles, and things like this can happen. So. Could have taken got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
Something there.
Hand stepped on. It looks like maybe he's kind of holding that wrist a little bit.
Favoring that arm a little bit.
Getting that big pile. There's nothing but elbows and...
Nothing good happens in there. Nothing good. You don't, talk about what happens under the pile.
Right.
At, a family dinner or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Bad things, man.
Good thing they're not mic'd up for that,
That's
right?
Yeah. There's a reason for that. They could mic up every player in football, but
I think that would be awesome.
Some things you're better off knowing or not knowing, Like how sausage is made. All right, here's the snap. McFarland going to get the handoff, met immediately in the hole that time. And good tackle that time by Nathan Kaufman, right in there to stop that one.
I don't know. You're talking about making sausage. We are kind of in the heart of sausage-making country right here.
Palooka's country right here. Don't, you start talking to me about Palooka sausage, I'm just going to walk away and go find some.
Yeah.
How are they not selling it in the concession stand here? That's what I want to know. It should be Bardo's chicken, Palooka sausage, and nothing else.
I think you just threw another couple sponsors on the list.
Yeah,
there.
well,
maybe they'll throw us some food. We
there's
go
things
there.
that places are known for. Siebert caught in the backfield, brought down. Ball comes out late, but he was down by contact. It'll bring up fourth down for the Trojans, and they're they got to go for it here at this point. But just been finding himself in these late down, long yardage situations. And you got to credit Frontenac's defense. They've been stout when they've needed to be. And they've really brought the pressure on third and fourth down, so you probably expect to see all-out blitz time here. And they do bring heat. Siebert able to get away. The ball tipped and tipped off. Riley McDaniel comes down with it for the Raiders, picks it off, and they'll take over at their own 15.
Well, you said your crystal ball was cloudy. You've had a couple of flashes tonight where, I don't know, it's almost a little scary.
Yeah. An idiot savant. Yeah.
Half of that anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. First and 10 now for the Raiders from their own 16. 4:06 to play third quarter. It seems like this third quarter's been going on for about a week and a half now.
Yeah.
That's what happens when everybody gets pass happy. You get a couple of remember the old NFL games back in the 80s? You get a couple of run and shoot teams. The game take like 7 hours. And run the ball here if you're the Raiders, because this one's, you're well in control. You just want this one to be over and nobody get hurt.
Well, I'm assuming the state games, the running clock is in effect, right?
Yeah, now Wilbert coming off the field a little gimpy, and that's what you want to avoid if you're Frontenac at this situation. You've got this game in the can. You just need to run that clock and get out of here in one piece. And Girard, they're still hitting. Well, now 2nd down and 7. Brown will hand this off, and that's new player into the game, Alex Johnson, and he makes the most of his appearance as he busts it for a first down. Johnson, the 5'11", 160-pound sophomore, so not a lot of touches this year probably for him, but man, that kid shows some potential. Next year, you better watch out.
Yeah, and then you're not only that, but you're getting a kid in that's probably going to be a big part of your team next year into some action that
playing some meaningful football.
Playoff.
Yeah. And he'll line up now out there in the slot as they go 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, low snap. Brown rolling to his right, throw over the top is the catch is made. Oh my goodness!
You hit.
Oh my goodness! Alex Johnson makes the catch.
Wow, you hit the nail on the head. When things cannot go wrong, they do not go wrong. And it was that kind of night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whew.
Who was that? Johnson?
Yeah. If you're a Frontenac fan, you might want to go buy a scratcher ticket tonight because, oh my goodness. Wow. Now Brown in the shotgun. I mean, heck, why not just close your eyes, lean back, throw the ball. There it is on the outside to get him, and he breaks loose across the 30, shakes a man, flag down. He's out across the 20 to 15, takes a couple hits, and an extra hit just for good measure when he's on the ground. And we'll see what this flag's all about. It didn't come out until after the reception, so could be a hold or block in the back, perhaps.
Yeah.
Holding. Oh man, that hurts. Even though you're up 34-0,
yeah,
that hurts because man, that was a great play by Ginnivan out there, and he basically took on half that Trojan defense by himself, and you just hate to see it negated with a penalty. But good news for the Trojans because that was a gash play there, and that'll move the Raiders back to the Girard 45. They'll have it first in about 17 from there.
Now, Josh, you got to imagine the Raiders are going to win this game. But at coaching decision is, when you start bringing these guys like Ginnivan and Wilbert and Brown, when you start talking about getting these guys out of there,
I mean,
you got another playoff game.
They've been taking some really solid hits on the last couple plays. There's Wilbert in there again, straight ahead, and thinks he should have had more. He kind of got his feet tangled up and, just fell forward for 5 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really upset about that.
But at this point, you lose one of your starters to something that's.
It's that kind of night for Frontenac. When something goes wrong, you only pick up 5 yards.
Yeah. Only.
2nd down and we'll call it 14 now. 13, sure.
We go back to the Optimus thing we were working on earlier.
Yeah. Oh, Brown will keep it himself. Now, why not just run your quarterback?
Back
34-0.
Back to the optimism. You do got to like the Girard defense hasn't gotten gashed by too many big ones. They did have that 48-yarder. At least it hadn't just been a whole bunch of big plays.
But man, if I'm a Frontenac fan, I'm wondering when are the backups going to come into this game, because you just saw Wilbert come out. Ginnivan took a hard hit. Then you have a quarterback keeper, so your quarterback's taking a hit. I mean,
putting his head down.
It's like a toughness drill,
I guess.
Shotgun now. Brown will hand off. Here's Wilbert again. Trying to turn the corner. Gets hit by a host of Trojans. Plowed into.
Wilbert gets him another 8.
Pops right back up. And man, I mean, looks like he's not entirely comfortable, and they are going to bring him out of the game. Because you got to wonder how many licks you going to let this kid take. Oh, an update from the Labette County Paola game. Labette just had an 85-yard pick six. They're up 27-7 over Paola, so that's turned into a whooping down there in Labette County. And those Grizzly fans got to be excited for their team because that year-in, year-out success isn't always the case down there in Labette County. And, Paola tends to be a little bit more of a predictable powerhouse. So big night down there in Labette County for the Grizzlies.
Now you just have Clothier rip off a nice little 8-yard run, smacking some pads, getting his chance.
Now, you're a sophomore, man. You're going to get that ball. You're going to give it all you got. And he is making the most of it tonight. Oh, missed tackle on the outside that time, but then cleaned up there, but not until Johnson gets the first down. Johnson, another pretty good looking back, and he's shown his ability as a receiver tonight. He's had some pretty nice catches as well. So Frontenac's got some weapons on the offense. And sometimes, they in high school football, you got the X's and O's, but you also got the Jimmies and the Joes, right? Mm-hmm. So Frontenac has got some players, that's for sure.
The last 2 or 3 you talked about have been sophomores, so we're going to be seeing them for a while.
Unfortunately, they are sophomores. I don't think they're in danger of transferring either. Brown in the shotgun, turns around, hands. Ooh, nice stick that time on the inside by the Trojans. That one stopped real quickly. And that was Camden McFarland really kind of bringing the hit. We might as well make that our hit of the game because that one looked like it was going to go for a lot more. And McFarland just absolutely shut that one down. So our hit of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If a deer ends up tackling your car like McFarland just tackled that running back, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, the Raiders still in charge, 34-0. We'll step away for a minute and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan Football.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. 3 quarters in the books here. Frontenac Raiders on top of the Girard Trojans, 34-0. This Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff matchup. Frontenac has it, 2nd down and 8 from the Girard 13-yard line. Here's Brown making the pitch to the outside, keeping his balance. That's a heck of a play right there.
Yeah,
Clothier's definitely got
a lot of upside. This young man is running hard.
It's like a memo to the rest of the CNC. Watch out for this kid next year. As Clothier looked like he was going down, able to put a hand down, keep his balance, and fight forward for another 4 or 5 yards. And really, if Girard had given up on the play at all, that would have been a touchdown. But they were able there to stop him at about the 3-yard line. 1st and goal now for the Raiders, threatening to go up by the score of 40-0. And we did a little research, and it's the Acacia regulation that team has to be up by 45 points in order to go for a running clock. So Frontenac edging closer to that. Now in the backfield, caught up and brought down. Just gave away our hit of the game. There was another one, man.
There's another one.
It was sure as soon as you do it.
There's probably 20 this game, though, that you could have given that one.
Yeah, Alex Johnson caught in the backfield and brought down for a loss. And it's 2nd and goal from about the 9-yard line, the 10-yard line, as Frontenac trying to punch it in here. It's pretty much an academic exercise at this point for the Raiders. They're just trying to execute their offense and looking forward to next week, the 2nd round.
Speaking of, what's that looking to shake out to be?
Why do you have to ask me hard questions?
I don't know. BJ always knows that stuff.
Well, that's BJ. Gage Clothier right down to the goal line, almost punched it in. I thought that spin move and the second effort at the end of that play was going to get him the touchdown, but he's marked just short. I mean, man, the nose of that ball has got to be like one blade of grass from the end zone.
I'm going to get my crystal ball and try again. I bet he gets us another one.
Yeah, I bet they turn around and
give him another shot. He's been working hard.
Right back to that kid. Yeah, he's like Wilbert's best friend because it's nice to be able to come over and drink some Gatorade and watch somebody continue to produce. Now Wilbert in the in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. He cuts it up and stopped. Oh, they're going to call that a touchdown. That was
Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, Johnson able to punch it in. So, yeah. I thought Girard got that one stopped at the goal line, but they're going to say he broke the play into the goal. Now Frontenac up 40-0, 10:08 to play in the ball game. This one's been all Raiders.
That's a safe statement.
There's the extra point attempt is good. And Frontenac on top, 41-0, 10:08 to play in the ball game. We'll step away for 30 seconds and we will be back. You're watching Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan football.
Yeah, so
you're missing out on an interesting discussion of Acacia regulation nuances up here in the Catbird seat, the Raider Sports Complex. 10:08 to play in the ball game. Girard Trojans trailing Frontenac 41-0, and when your team's down 41-0, that's when you find yourself in these types of policy discussions about high school football.
You made a good point. So in regular season, it's 35 points for a running clock. In a state game, it's 45. Does that mean somebody's come back?
Yeah. What was the team that came back from? Eddie Lomschek would know this.
He would probably know.
What team came back from 35 down to necessitate this rule that requires somebody to be winning 45-0 in order to do the running clock?
That sounds like some good research for somebody to do at a later date.
It's not even research. Eddie could just tell you.
He would just know it.
Boom.
Call him up. Let's cut him in live here.
Yeah, he's driving up to Kearney, Nebraska right now. You know he's not doing anything. Trent Kling. Yep, Trent Kling might know. He is a reservoir of knowledge as well. He might know. My money's on Lomschek, though. Girard has to run a player in late. Now a little bit of confusion. There's some motion getting down in the play clock here. 2 seconds left. There's the snap. Oh, I've never seen that in my life. The motion man coming across the formation ran into the back after the handoff. So looks like we'll credit that tackle to Creed Curran.
Oh.
Coming across the formation, just absolutely decleated Cameron McFarland.
Maybe they had a little
there's
a run in on the sideline or something.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not how that play was drawn up.
Ouch.
And then the motion man decleats our own running back. But it's been that kind of night for the Trojans. Here's a handoff up the middle. McFarland with it now. And he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. So pretty good carry that time for Cameron McFarland. And a penalty flag thrown late after the play. We're in the unsportsmanlike conduct / taunting /
trash talking. Is that in the rule book?
Personal foul against Girard.
Some frustration's boiling over now.
Yeah, you just hate to see that, but you can understand it. I mean, it's been a rough year. It's certainly a rough night for the Trojans. And going to mark this one off. There's just insult to injury at this point. 8:34 to play in the ball game.
Yeah, I was going to mention earlier, we kind of got away from there, but I kind of feel like that senior Trey Harris, number 51, that's been their kicker kicking field goals. That kid's got a boot. I mean, he's out there kicking extra points and some long kickoffs.
I've noticed
he's really
a trend this year in the CNC and in high school football in general that your kickers are bigger guys this year. I've seen some big kickers.
Yeah, that's
like,
well,
you know,
Wade Boatman had been
talk
doing
about
kickoff
stuffing
duties.
the kicker in the lockers. You aren't stuffing these guys in a
No,
locker.
you're not.
All right, there's the snap and Seaver keeping himself lots of real estate, lots of running room. Makes a man miss out across the 30 down to the 32, and that is a first down. They had a 3rd down and 20, and Seaver picks it up with a quarterback keeper right up the gut.
Hey, you got to say, you know, he's probably thinking, he's looking at that clock and saying, this is probably his last 7.5 minutes of football. So, you know, go out there and leave it all out in the dirt.
Yeah, he made some people miss there. There's some good blocks up front. I think maybe Frontenac is running some personnel into the game here at this point.
A little bit of that.
Some smaller bodies out there right now. And Girard kind of taking advantage of it. Seaver will keep it again. Lots of room again. And he's going to drag some defenders. First down again for the Trojans. They're trying to pad that stat book a little bit and make this thing not, at least on paper, look as lopsided. 7 minutes and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. 41-0. Frontenac Raiders on top of the Girard Trojans. First and 10 now for the Trojans at their own 43-yard line. Pistol formation. Hand off to McFarland up the middle. And he takes a belt right as he gets to midfield. Be a pickup of about 7 yards on first down. Well, the first time these two teams played back in the first week of the season, Girard played pretty well in that first half, but then kind of let it slip in the second half, losing 33-6. This week, that first half was just a train wreck for the Trojans, and this one's never been in question as Frontenac came out blazing. Now McFarland with it out across the 40. He'll have enough for another Trojan first down.
Yeah, and just like you said, you know, we're seeing the bulk of the JV team in there now, so you know that's obviously going to be a little bit easier to put up some number against these younger guys.
Now for Frontenac, doing, you know, kind of taking my advice from earlier and getting some of their better players, their skill players, out of the game and preserving them for next week. I was surprised they were out there as long as they were, but maybe Coach Smith had some things he wanted to work on with them. And now Siebert keeping it again right up the gut. Nobody really wants to tackle him. He's a pretty good-sized kid, and their flag comes in at the end of that play. We'll see what it's for. It's in the neighborhood of like face mask or something like that. And it is a face mask. Hey, bring him down somehow. You know, you got some freshmen and sophomores out there just hanging on for dear life.
Eyes shut, reaching for something.
Whatever I can grab, what I'm holding on to.
Gives the Trojans a first down on the Raider 14-yard line.
So BJ tonight celebrating his daughter Corin's birthday. We're missing him up here in the booth and his encyclopedic knowledge of Girard football. Hope he's having a good time tonight. Of course,
eat a piece of cake for me.
That's BJ. Right. Eat 2 for me. Now here's Siebert. Keep it again.
Calls his own number.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got it going. And they're down close to the 10. Bring up second down and about 4 for the Trojans. Call it 3.
To the 6-yard line. Second down and 3 for the Trojans.
I mean, and the PA announcer are off on that one. He's at the 7. Girard trying to get into the end zone for the first time tonight.
Oh, and a bad snap.
High snap over the head. Siebert has to just pick it up himself, and he's brought down outside the 20-yard line. So I keep saying it. It's been that kind of night for the Trojans. It's just some of it, a lot of it, 90% of it has been the Raiders, but the Trojans have had their own miscues at just really inopportune times tonight.
17 now for the Trojans.
And St. Paul all over Central Burden, 50-6, out there on the plains just outside of Winfield. St. Paul returning to that 8-man glory. Siebert going to pass over the middle, and it's caught. Touchdown for the Trojans.
Saban. I think that was Matt Saban with that catch.
Saban was wide open, and Siebert did a nice job just lobbing it in there where he could get it, let him run under it. And Trojans get on the board. 2:50 to play, fourth quarter, as they keep themselves from getting skunked in this one. They trail it 41-6. And the point after, no good. Well, if you're the Frontenac Raiders, you're pretty excited about this win tonight and about your prospects going down the road. And lots of teams from Southeast Kansas looking pretty good going into the state playoffs. Galena, Pittsburgh High has been playing really well second half of this season. They had a rough run through those Missouri schools in the middle part of the year this year, but they're really looking better here in the second half of the season. Frontenac looking real good with a win over Columbus, and of course a win over Baxter. But then tonight, showing that first win of the season, no fluke, and they're ready to be a playoff contender here in Class 3A. Or in Class 4A, I'm sorry. So some good games going on tonight all across the area, and some good teams in action. Probably will be playing fairly deep into the month of November this year.
Yeah, tough way for the Trojans to end their season, but I think there was enough good things that they're going to look back on this season on and say, hey, this is a start to a new coaching era in Girard, and if they stick with things, I think that the coach will be able to convince them of that, and I think that they know that if they stick with it and they keep working, it's tough on the guys that'll be leaving, but it's good to look forward to what they got. I think they got good things to look forward to.
Yeah, you can tell that it's moving in the right direction, and as a senior leaving, you can hang your hat on that you started this transition to a new era there in Girard, and hopefully the kids next year can build on that and years on down the road. But and you can look at this Frontenac team and see this is where we want to be in year 2 and year 3. And
it wasn't but a handful of years ago that Frontenac was struggling pretty heavy, and they didn't have any kind of numbers on the sidelines, and and a little success, new coach, and bring some excitement back to it, and gets fans back out, and just kind of success breeds success. So that's what you need to get a little taste of that.
Yep. So Girard hopefully will focus on next year. Frontenac's going to focus on next week, and the Trojans get on the bus and start thinking about basketball, because that comes up here before you know it, Zach.
Yeah.
It'll be right around the corner.
And I'm going to check out on that. I'm not broadcasting basketball.
Come on, man.
You guys think I'm bad at football?
On, man.
Yeah, that basketball will be way worse.
All right, that'll do it for this one. Raiders take a knee. Final play of the game as they come out on top 41-6 over the Girard Trojans. And you just heard it from the PA announcer here. I believe they're going to Holton next Friday. So that'll be a good matchup for the Raiders, and a road game for this Frontenac squad. So they'll have to turn things around, get focused for that one. And for the Trojans, time to take your lessons, take your lumps from this year, and start looking towards next year. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back in 2 minutes and fire up the postgame show. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, Who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Tonight's game in the can. Frontenac Raiders top the Girard Trojans 40-6. Now the Trojan season comes to an end, and Frontenac on the road next week to take on Holton. So that'll be a good matchup for the Raiders. This is the Evans Motors postgame show, brought to you by Evans Motors. They've been helping get people on the road since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh, see Nate or Eddie for test drive, and let them find the vehicle that's right for you, or check out their online showroom at www.evansmotors.net. And Zach, we talked about it a little bit earlier. The Trojans just going to try and build on the success from this season that they have experienced. And, you know, one of the things you look back on is that game up in Garnett. They were down most of the game. They looked awful in the first half. Couldn't get it going very much in the third quarter, but then finally put it all together, able to come down and score and win that game and basically steal one in Garnett. Luckily, no charges were pressed, and everybody from Girard was able to get out of town.
They might have got pulled over on the way out of town.
Yeah, I think
may or may not have happened.
Our equipment trailer did get pulled over on the way out of town, but able to get out of there with a win, and that's just kind of the don't quit attitude that the coaching staff's got to be looking for in this one. And as we see Coach Philpott talking to the team down there, kind of talking to his boys after this game, and you got some seniors down there who are feeling pretty rough about this one. But they got a lot to look forward to for next year. The underclassmen do, that is. And the seniors can be part of this transitional period. So you got to take it for what it is, and it's a growing experience for the Trojans.
Yep. Nobody that's watched these guys through the year can argue that this team has grown a lot as a team of young men working together and playing hard and playing together. And I just want to say thanks for you guys letting me get involved this year. This is my first time up here doing this, and I've had a blast
it's a good
with
time,
you and
huh?
BJ. And I don't know, who knows, maybe we'll see what happens next year. But I got to scoot out of here, and thanks for you guys letting me get in on this year.
All right, Zach,
I'm going to go try to grab
take
Coach.
it easy, and we'll take a quick break as well. We'll be back right here from Frontenac. We'll talk to Coach Philpott with the post-game coaches interview. Right now, you're watching Girard Sports Live, and this has been Girard Trojan Football.
Ag Choice of Hempler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hempler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hempler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
What the hell? Hey, did you guys kill this or something? No, I got nothing. I love technology.
Fun when it works.
Mm-hmm. And my guy who drives all this stuff has the bladder of an 8-year-old girl, so he had to go.
Bail out.
Yeah, he's working his way through the crowd right now.
Getting a hot dog.
Yeah. So what's the score here, man? Are you gonna get this thing up and going, or are we just gonna punt on this? Nobody's listening.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been that kind of night. Well, so are we done? Okay. All right. All right. Well, welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. We're got Coach Philpott up here for the postgame coach interview. It's brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. It's been serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Go Trojans. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Coach, a tough night out here in Frontenac. But overall, how do you feel about the way your squad's progressed over the course of the year?
Well, over the course of the year, this really doesn't give an indicator, I don't think. I mean, I felt a lot better about it before the game started. But give hats off to the Frontenac, Coach Smith, that they were prepared and came out and played well. But I think, if you look at it as a benchmark from week 1 to week 10, and both teams got better, and obviously, and that's a good thing. And that's you expect that to happen through the course of the year. I know we did. At times we felt better, but we were just a little outmatched tonight. So that's the way it goes. You like to keep playing, but somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. Tonight it wasn't us.
And you came into Girard, kind of instituted a whole new system. Your kids had a fairly steep learning curve this year to pick up that new system and put it to work out here on the field against some pretty tough opponents. The CNC and football in Southeast Kansas this year pretty competitive across the board. And how do you feel about the way that they pick that up, and how do you feel about your program going into next year?
Yeah, I think that's part of what you saw. As the year progressed, we had some things change a little bit here and there, but just as a culture, as expectations of some sort. But just just really verbiage and communication as you go through. Like last week even we were able to talk through some stuff that 5 weeks ago we weren't even really completely understanding. We couldn't get to that conversation really, and with our kids, and so we've made strides, and it's obviously going to get better, I believe. I think we got a good group of guys. We've lost a good group of seniors. This was their last night to play, but we've got a good group of coming back juniors that are going to be seniors next year, and some underclassmen that stepped up and got in on some action. So, as you look at the program down the road and as it goes, you're building for that. And this year the foundation was laid, and a lot of hats off to those seniors who bought in and went with it and learned and struggled a little bit at the beginning and had some successes here at the end a little bit, but and kind of grinded through the process, and that's going to set the tone for our younger guys that are coming up through this program, and that's going to be a big thing, I think.
And there's some familiarity between you and Coach Smith here in Frontenac. Both you guys starting quarterbacks for Pittsburgh State, a lot of wins between the two of you, and you stayed in the college coaching ranks. He came into high school and started coaching. Do you look at this program, in his second or third, fourth year here in Frontenac, as where you want to be a couple of years down the road? I mean, he really turned this program around in a short period of time. It's kind of got to be an example for your kids in Girard to say, hey, if you guys pay attention, buy into the system, and work hard, these types of wins, this type of season is what you can put together.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, I mean, it's kind of the footprint for it. I mean, he what he's done here and turned it around and got them going where they're top 5 team in the country, or top 5 team in the state every year, and competing for in the playoffs and trying to make runs in it, and doing what they're doing and playing at the level they're playing. That you look at it and say, hey, it can't be done, and if it can be done in a town like Frontenac, you'd like to think you could do it in a town like Girard. So, but there's lots of things going. It's not done overnight, and it's not easy. I'm sure Coach Smith has worked very hard, and his staff has worked very hard to get where they are at right now, and that's going to be something we have to work forward and work toward and look forward to if we can continue to do it.
Well, Coach, I know your team's waiting on you, and your seniors probably want to hear from you, but I know there's a lot of folks in Girard tonight that are excited about the future and look forward to the changes that you're going to be able to make with this team. So congratulations on a solid first season, and hope for better things down the road.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Coach Neil Philpott, head coach of the Girard Trojans after tonight's tough loss here in Frontenac, but in the process of rebuilding things in Girard, and it's not something that occurs overnight. And so better things to come down the road for sure for the Trojans, and now it's time to kind of head home, lick your wounds, and look forward to basketball season. So we'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back here on the Evans Motors postgame show. You're watching Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com. Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their ePower checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure Checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Girard Sports Live.
Hey, welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas for the last time tonight. The Girard Trojans fell to the Frontenac Raiders here in this Kansas Class 4A Division II regional playoff game. The Raiders took control from the beginning, from word go, and never let go. Pretty much never took their foot off the gas here in this ball game as they came out on top 40-6. Let's take a look at some of our final stats. Brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living. Westridge Assisted Living allows seniors to remain active and enjoy their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Girard to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer you and your loved ones. All right, first off for the Girard Trojans, they're led in rushing by Kyler Sievert. He had 20 attempts for 78 yards and had that one pass over the top to... lost it here. Anyway, he had a passing touchdown there in the waning minutes of the fourth quarter to give Girard their only score of the game. Next up was McFarland, had 11 rushes for just 16 yards, and that's the kind of night it was for the Trojans, as they were just unable to get anything offensively going against the Raiders. Most of those rush yards for both Sievert and McFarland came in the fourth quarter against some of Frontenac's backups. So a rough night overall. But I will thank our player of the game, Kyler Sievert, because he really handled the ball for the Trojans tonight, ran it hard, was pretty much their most productive offensive player, carrying the ball, and of course had the touchdown pass late in the game. So our player of the game is brought to you by Mini Stop. Before or after the game, be sure to swing by Mini Stop, locally owned family store since 1980. Mini Stop has a great selection of drinks, snacks, and more. Mini Stop, fueling Trojans for nearly 40 years. Located on the northwest corner of the 4-way stop in Girard. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up for Trojan football, the 2017 chapter, and for this broadcast as well. For Zach Adams, my color man, for Heath Adkins, Brandon Merriman, and Noah Reed, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for watching tonight. This has been Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.